Oh, ketchup. Okay.
And my uncle, for a joke, bought me a 6-pack of ketchup bottles. He put them in one of those RC Cola, little plastic or cardboard containers, and gave it to me for Christmas.
How cute. Okay, Jessica's coming over here. I have a question for you. So I'm only seeing one person at a time on the screen. How do you open that all up then? Oh, I can only see one person at a time. Okay. So
the laptop? Would you like?
yeah, I guess because it's going to be a little harder. Okay, we're fiddling with some of the new equipment here in the conference room. And so I can only see one person, it appears, at a time. So for example, right now, Ray, I can only see you. So, and then previously before you, I saw Steve, but I don't see Jim. I don't even know if Dave Hunt is here.
I see you. Dave's on vacation. Ron will be with us this evening.
Okay, so we're waiting on Ron. So
Ron's
that's
here.
really it. It's just Ron then.
Ron,
here.
you know, Ed, if you want to switch, would you like mine?
Well, as a matter of fact, Jessica was coming into, she's going to switch me.
Okay.
Because like I said, unless you're speaking right now, Jim, I can see you. So
Okay.
yeah,
You're
yeah.
on that,
So it's just a little bizarre.
yeah.
Yeah, so.
If she's, well, I guess this is a good test for next week, isn't it? The board meeting.
Yeah. So I'm sorry about the little bit of delay, folks, here, but it's just a little disconcerting when I can't see everybody.
Hold on.
Yeah, hold on. Jessica's coming up right now. Just give us a couple more minutes here and then we'll get started. Oh, there's everybody.
Ah, there we go.
If I can fix this here.
There we go.
Am I on mute? Can you all hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, very good. Okay, so Ron's here for Dave. Okay, so it looks as though everybody's here. Let me just get my notes out quick here. All righty, let's officially call this meeting to order. Jessica, do we have any meeting visitors?
No, not this evening.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, and roll call. Roberts is here.
Johnson's here.
Okay, thank you. All righty, moving on to C, which are the minutes. Any changes or corrections, Ray, in terms of the September 14th minutes?
No.
Okay, so no corrections on my part, so approved. Thank you. All righty, since moving on nicely here, D, roadway reconstruction project, Sandia Creek and Via Vaquero. Okay, Ron, get it.
All right, yeah, as mentioned, Dave's on vacation today, so I'm sitting in for him. So as far as the Sandia Creek, as you all know, we've had that, we're moving forward, we got all environmental permits, but as we last talked, I know we talked about the long lead item being the pipes. So Marietta did secure the pipes, but the start date is still the October 25th that we discussed at the last meeting. And, just to reiterate a little bit, that's the pipes are just in high demand right now. They had their pipe contractor locked down and everything. So they're getting everything delivered to the site. And since that's a critical path item, they need that there before they can really get going fully. And they'll do the pipe preparation work before it comes in. But October 25th is that official start date. And the contract has 60 working days. So that, that's excluding holidays or any weekends. So we're anticipating a project end date of January 25th for that one. But one good thing, I talked to them about the construction schedule, and they're expecting to have all the pipe and head walls in by around the beginning of January, which would mean that creek will be fully functional and everything, water will be conveyed just like it's supposed to be at that point. So that'll be a good milestone. It'll be a good feeling. Then after that, they'll finalize all the street improvements and everything that goes on top of the pipes, and that's the last month of work right there. But yeah, that'll be a good feeling to see that going through.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's moving forward as expected, no delay in that. And another thing I also wanted to discuss, I know in our last both the committee meeting and the board meeting, we kind of brought up the detour route.
Right.
We showed all the potential projects, and what we were thinking is we're gonna, because of the cost of those projects, and you get a better price if you lump it together with our annual slurry. We're moving kind of in the direction of including that in the next year's slurry job, the actual full project, the full repairs that need to be done on the 3 detour streets out there. But in the meantime, we discussed that on Buenos Campos, there was a little bit of wear and tear from the striping, and there's also the asphalt raveling, the potholes, and just a little cracking that we wanted to take care of right away. And after some discussion based on our meeting and the input last month and everything, we're going to do that as kind of a maintenance job, just typical routine maintenance. And what happened after the last one, Wildan already did our initial pavement assessment, and then worked with the district and Jim. I believe they sent Dustin is his name. They sent Dustin, our maintenance crew, out there, and he kind of measured out the area. He's seen about, I don't know, around 1,500 square feet of asphalt repair that needed to be done on that street. So we're gonna go ahead and get that done as maintenance, routine maintenance on the roadway. So just to get that taken care of, so it doesn't lead to any potential issues in the future. And it's something that will have to be done at some point, but so I'd rather do it now and get that taken care of and give that road the attention it deserves. So that's kind of the way and that includes restriping it and anything that needs to be done based on the additional traffic from that detour route. And I think I covered that mostly there. I just wanted to see, Jim, if you had anything you wanted to add to that.
No, we have funds each year for like contract maintenance work. So Dustin has prepared the specifications for these areas, and we'll just, in fact, I was talking to Steve earlier today, get bids from local pavement companies, and then just get the work completed in the next couple of months. And then hopefully late spring, maybe we can add some of the streets we did not slurry last time to these roads, so we can get more bang for our buck, get a better like per unit price, and do a slurry at that time, which would make those roads look almost brand new. So anyway, it's not quite as big as I had originally thought. An overlay really wouldn't be appropriate there, which we discussed at the last meeting a month ago. So this seems like the most practical way of doing it. And actually, we do this all year round when there's larger areas that need to be repaired. We just get contracts with local paving companies and they come in and do it for us.
Okay. Okay, good. Thank you.
So
That basically sums up Sandia Creek and Via Vaquero from on my end.
Okay, thank you. All righty. Buena Vista.
Yeah, so Buena Vista, last time, we discussed the permits were going back and forth. We got all the permit applications in now. So the agencies have everything they need. We've been going back and forth between the last on what they need. And we've had multiple meetings with the agencies just to get everything worked out, but that is still on schedule to get moving forward, but we're still got to go through that full environmental process. Same thing we did for Sandia Creek and Via Vaquero. Now we learned a little bit more from the last one, so it'll be a little bit easier this time around, but we're still going through that full schedule, and we'll keep posted on each meeting on what's going on. But right now, all the permit applications are fully in. We've had fees paid, so they are looking at everything right now, and we are progressing as full speed ahead on this one as far. I guess you can call it full speed when you go to these environmental, but it's the best you can do there, so.
True, true. Okay. All right, very good. Any other comments on that from you, Jim?
Nope, nothing further.
Okay, great. All right, moving on smartly here. Okay, Mr. Steve. Traffic
All right.
issue.
The traffic's gonna be real short tonight.
Oh, it is, okay.
I got two items. And so the first one is county is, they resurfaced, as you know, Duluth Road. I have a call into them again. They were supposed to call back before the meeting, but I didn't get it in time to, so hopefully I'll have it for you for your board meeting, but we're still awaiting to get the raised pavement markers in. And I believe that they're actually going to be putting down maybe a second coat of paint and stuff too, because that first coat is already looking pretty faded, you know. So we're pushing them to get that road done. I'm using the excuse that it rains in Duluth, and those RPMs will be a lot better positive guidance in the rain. So that I'm trying to speed them up. Second item is the CMS. We had it out on El Prado. We've moved it over now to Buenos Campos, and we'll continue to keep circulating that around. And that's my report for the traffic portion.
Wow, very good. And moving on smartly to maintenance.
Maintenance, we've been busy. Our first item here, caught a gentleman with, this load on the street, and I had to determine, is he dumping it or picking it up? He says he was picking it up after I, ran into him, but it was interesting was his dump truck was in the position of, dumping it. So I'm not sure how you get it to stay in the back of the truck like that. You see it up like that. I'm not sure how you get to stay in the back of the truck like that. It must keep sliding out, but I'm just an engineer. I'm not the expert here, but anyway, I got his license plate, everything else like that. Told him I'd be back in a few hours. And next slide. He had it all cleaned up, and that's what it looked like. So he was true to his word. And that was good. That was good to see. So we have this camper trailer for anyone who wants it. It's a nice little tent camper. And if you guys are interested, you need to get out there quick because the CHP is going to be towing that away. That's on El Prado at Serrano. I'm sorry, it says Caracho. That's actually should say El Prado.
Okay.
I'll change that. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Next slide. This was some of the potholes that we got from the last rain. Nice part about getting rain is it helps the crops, but it doesn't do crap for our roads because it gets down in the cracks and starts popping up some of the pieces. So we'll get out there and get those patched this week. This was a little accident spill coming down Los Gatos. Trucks continue to go down that 26% grade, even though we tell them not advised. They continue to go down with probably more than 5 tons, even though we tell them not advised. So this is what happens when they dump their load, and we got to come out and do a little cleanup like that. So
Okay.
we're continuing to work with some homeowners to get their growth that's in their property that's encroached out into our street reduced so that people can see. Here's another good example of it on Monte Rancho. This is about, you can't see it in this picture completely, but this is about 25 palm trees that are in this group along the side of the road here, and working closely with the owner. And here's what they did. They took out all but about 2 or 3 of them and just cut them down to the ground. So they did a great job getting that done. Real happy and pleased with the work that they're doing. Now you can see, if you zoom in on that picture, you would be able to see that there's a stop sign down at the end, but you wouldn't be able to see that before with all that growth and stuff like that. So nice work. We didn't have to do anything other than encourage them to get it done for us. And that's my report, and I'd be happy to answer any questions that you have.
Wow. Great job on that last one. So how is the communication between you and the resident there? I mean, for them to have such a positive response.
She was dealing with a personal health issue with her husband, in,
Okay.
in LA and not on site. So everything, I was sending her pictures and she said, no problem. I will get my guy on it. I got a guy, that kind of thing like that. And he'll do it. And so we worked together and she said, keep me posted. If he's not doing it right, tell me, I'll tell him what to do. And so it was very good, very cooperative and stuff like that. So she obviously had bigger issues to deal with and she just wanted this one to kind of go away. And we weren't pressing her for time. We just said, if you could just make progress on it. And so very cooperative and very nice. So it was just, real pleasant effort there.
Great job. Glad to hear that.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay, Steve, thank you so much. Okay, Mr. Jim, anything else here?
Well, as far as county issues go, we've had some positive actions happen in the last, probably since we discussed it a month ago. As you recall, our municipal service review, which is something that is mandated by state law, it requires LAFCOs now to evaluate all the local governments within their county. And they're supposed to do that every 5 years, which really isn't very practical. So this is probably our 10-year review. But as I mentioned before, we've seen the draft. It's about a 60-page report that was prepared by the staff of LAFCO. And it came out glowing. They reviewed all our financial information. They reviewed the way we conduct business, both in the office and in the field. And it's really rather glowing. But they do in the financial section, where they take a look at what the future holds. And they note that we have a flat revenue source, that being the benefit assessment for roads and sheriff, and the fact that those are frozen by Proposition 218. But they noted in the report that we are seeking legislation in an attempt to obtain our share of the, as they call it now, the fuel tax. And so I talked to the executive director about it previously and suggested that the vehicle that we need to get this in front of the county might be a recommendation from LAFCO that the county supervisors work with the CSD to obtain the gas tax, thus enabling us to bypass state legislation. Anyway, he told me at the time, this was 6 months ago or so, that he has to work one agenda at a time. And so he said, let me know when we get within 30 days of the meeting. So I called him and reminded him that we had this conversation. And he said, I'm going to support this. So in my staff report on October 28th, I'm going to make that recommendation. However, it's such a detailed subject. I'll be happy to do that if you'll be happy to write the whole thing up. So I did, and I completed that last Friday, which was their deadline. And so we're hopeful that on October 28th at the LAFCO meeting, when they present our MSR, that he will also recommend that the LAFCO board make a motion and approve recommending this to the Riverside County Board of Supervisors. Now, 2 members of LAFCO are supervisors, and one of them is our supervisor, Kevin Jeffries. What we've been told is that his position may be that he'll support gas tax for us if we support giving him back Sandia Creek. And he said that to one of our residents last week. So Marianne and Robert and I are going to have a visit with the supervisor And hopefully he'll be supportive without any conditions. So that was just said in passing to one of our residents last week. And but as you can see, this is not an easy thing to get through. When we're in Sacramento, oh, just take it to Riverside County. It'll be easy to get them to handle this for you. And then when you go to Riverside County, then other things come up. So anyway, I think it's important that everyone plan to tune in on Zoom to this LAFCO meeting, which is the Thursday, the 28th of October at 9:30 in the morning. And Marianne will be our speaker and make that official recommendation and request to LAFCO board. Also, we are meeting with some of the members of LAFCO. We're going to meet with Supervisor Hewitt, who is the other county member. And of course, as I mentioned, we're going to meet with Jeffries and a few others before the 28th hearing.
Okay.
So it is about $1 million a year is our estimate of how much would come to the county if they just added our 86 miles of road. Hopefully they would then pass those funds through to us. And that would certainly take care of our financial needs probably for the next 20 years. So anyway.
Okay.
I
Well, good
guess,
job.
I guess the other county issue would be, we've written a letter to the sheriff regarding whether certain land uses require additional supplemental law enforcement. And I just called Zach Hall, our captain, today and asked him what the status of that is. So we'll probably have more information at the board meeting. Maybe, maybe not. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how the sheriff's going to respond to it. So I'll give an update at the board meeting on that matter if I have any further information.
Okay. Okay, very good. Now, is Marianne, as well as you, are you going to be on site for that meeting on the 28th? Yeah, okay. Very
And
good.
Robert also, I believe.
Okay, Robert too. Okay, very good. All righty. Okay.
Sending out
And-
information as a reminder by email of how you get on their website.
Yeah. Yeah, that will be helpful. Okay, appreciate that very much. Okay, Ray, any questions from you? Anything from this evening?
Nope.
Okay. All righty, very good. Really appreciate everybody's input. Great job again. And looking forward to the board meeting next week and definitely bringing the board up to date in terms of especially around Cynthia Creek and Via Vaquero and our plans as we spoke at the last meeting. Okay, very good. Appreciate
And
everybody's
the
time.
The next,
Everybody have a good
board
evening.
meeting- At the board meeting, we'll be live, Ray. Are you coming down, Ray? We're gonna be at we're gonna meet in the boardroom next week.
Yeah, we can probably be there. I can be there.
Okay, great, you can see in the boardroom. All right, so we'll see you there.
Okay, All right.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
thank you, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.